Alright, so now let's go into the forehand tutorial. And like I said, I have 3 different options for the forehand. So the first one I'm gonna teach you is what I'm gonna call the one with the loop. You're gonna pretty much draw a C with your racket. That's the number one, so let's call it the C forehand. First step of that forehand, okay, and first sequence is the waiting position. On the waiting position, there's a few different components. Number one, I'm going to ask you to get a slight knee bend. You'll see very soon why this knee bend is so important. So slight knee bend. Number two, your body is facing the net. Okay, shoulder line right here is facing the net. And 3, 2 hands on the grip. Pretty easy. Now, for the 2 hands on the grip, you're gonna have different options. Number one option, if you have a 1-hand backhand, which is what I have, you're gonna hold the racket right here on the heart of the racket with your left hand. I'm talking for the righties. Obviously, if I'm talking for the lefties, it'd be the opposite, your right hand on the heart of the racket. But let's keep on going with righties. So left hand on the heart of the racket and right hand at the bottom of the grip. Very important. I don't want you to start learning with your hand halfway through the grip. You put your hand all the way down and left hand on the heart of the racket. Now, that's if, again, if you're gonna have a 1-hand backhand. So I'm telling you to look a little bit into the future at that time. Now, if you're gonna have a 2-hand backhand, the right hand is gonna be at the same position, but the left hand is gonna come directly on the grip for my waiting position. The idea is just to be able to not have to slide the hand down when you're gonna go and hit a backhand. So I'm already ready to hit a backhand, okay? And now let me explain you why we put the left hand on the racket. Is just so obviously we're ready, we're not in that position, but we're ready with the racket in front of us, and we're going to use that left hand later on to switch grips, to go from a forehand grip to backhand grip, okay? Same thing with a 2-hander, forehand grip to backhand grip, we're always going to use that left hand. And that's our waiting position, and that's our first sequence of the video tutorial. I'm going to keep on going with the 1-hand backhand grip, okay, and the way I hold the racket. If you have a 2-hander, let's keep on going into the videos with the left hand on the grip. Okay, so now let's go into the second step.